Hi everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Fitness Community's virtual studio. I'm Christy and today we'll be doing a 30-minute recovery stretch class. I have with me Liz. She'll be doing just a couple variations. And today's class is going to really focus a lot on hip mobility and hip flexibility. We will be doing some neck, shoulder, and spine as well. For today's class, all you need is somewhere comfortable to sit. We'll be kneeling, we'll be lying down, so make sure you have space for your whole body to lay down. We'll also be using straps as an assistive tool. So grab a belt, you can use a sweatshirt or a towel as well to really get some good leverage. So to start out today, we're gonna do a little bit of neck mobility, a little neck stretch. So we're just gonna start right ear to shoulder, just a side tip of the head. Good. So if you joined us for class last week, today's class will be a little bit slower pace. We're gonna hold our stretches just a little bit longer than last time. Take some deep breaths. Let's take our left hand, we're gonna take it behind our backs. Rotate it so the palm of your hand is out, back of the hand is against your back. We're pulling that left shoulder down. Let's bring the head back up to the top. Right hand on top, you're gonna offer just a little gentle pressure down. Again, ear to shoulder, a gentle lengthen. We're trying to lengthen the tissue that runs along the side of the neck down into the traps behind the shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Lengthen just a little more. Good, come back up to the top, let the top arm go. We're gonna turn our head just a quarter turn. So a quarter turn, we're gonna let the chin drop down. Again, hand on the top of the head, a gentle pull down. So we've got a new spot for our trap muscles that connect. So we may feel down the back a little more behind the body. Some nice deep breaths here. Good, pulling a little further, let that left shoulder slide down just a little bit more. Trying not to arch our backs. And if this at any point bothers the knees or the hips, go ahead and sit in a chair or sit up on your couch. Just make sure wherever you're seated, you've got good posture and you're not resting your back against a back support. Let's come back up to the top, let that arm go. Let both arms go. We're gonna go chin to chest, just chin straight down. We're keeping the rest of our back upright and nice and tall. Just chin, really tuck it down as if we're almost pushing our chest also to our chin. Shoulders sliding down the back. One more breath here, big inhale. Exhale, deepen. Good, bring the head to the top. Chin straight to the ceiling. Let the chin lift up. Let your head be heavy and back. We won't hold here too long because I know it can be really tiring for the neck to support. You want to try and relax the neck, relax the throat. Chin straight up, heavy head. I know it's hard to breathe. One more inhale and bring that chin back to the center. Good job. We're going to go to the other side. So we'll start ear to our left shoulder. Just hold here for a moment. Reach the right hand down. Good. And let's take that right hand behind the back of the hand to the low back. Lengthen. We're feeling the right shoulder pull down and away. And bringing the left ear down to the shoulder. Let's bring the left hand on top, a little gentle pressure. Really gauging what you need. This may be too much for you. You can do this without the hand on top. One more inhale. And exhale, release that top hand. Come back to neutral. Turn the chin just 45 degrees. Good, drop that chin straight down. And go ahead, let's bring that hand on top of the head. Just a gentle pressure on the back of the head, down. If you've been doing a lot of these bodyweight workouts and a lot of push-ups, right, or a lot of holding planks, the traps and shoulders can get super tight and tense. Or if you've been working at a computer, that's another area. Shoulders and traps get really tight. If you feel your shoulders start to rise towards your ears as you get working hard, these are some good stretches to do when you take little breaks during your day. Let's come all the way up, release that hand, release both hands. One more, we're gonna turn our chin as far as we can to the right and pull your left shoulder back. Just feel that left shoulder pull back and away, and keep your chin turning to the right. Good. Back to center, just one time the other way, same thing. Turn the head as far as you can to the left and pull the right shoulder back. Try and keep your head upright, so we're not tipping our head at all. Head is upright. And release back to center. Good. We're gonna grab our strap, one more little neck mobility, and we'll revisit this right at the end. So let's undo our strap or our belt, sweatshirt or towel. We're gonna take that strap right to the base of the head where your hairline meets your neck, just a little above that. We're gonna take our strap right there, hold our strap out in front of us. So we've got a good grip on that strap. And I want you to press your skull back into your strap as you slightly pull up on your strap. So we're providing length in the back of the neck. The chin is down, just tucked down slightly to provide some nice length. Good, release it for a moment, bring it back to neutral. One more time, we're almost off these knees. Let's give it a little pull and a very slight side to side rotation. So we're just pulling a little more with the left, let the head rotate, and back to center. Pull a little with the right, and back to center. Good, one more time each side, to the right. Good, and to the left. And back to center, good job. We're gonna let that go. All right, we'll just set our straps aside for now. We're gonna come onto hands and knees. So into our quadruped position. Just some shoulder circles. So we're gonna get into our shoulder girdle a little more. So we're gonna let our chest sink towards our mat, let our shoulder blades pinch behind our back, and press that floor away, separate our shoulder blades. Again, we're gonna sink the chest, pinch the shoulder blades, arms are just staying nice and long, and separate. One more time like that, just a pinch, and separate. Good, we're gonna do some circles. So we're gonna let the shoulders just circle and lift, circle down, press and lift. Any kind of movement in the shoulder here is great. So you may not look exactly the same as Liz and I, but that's okay. Just get the shoulders moving, let those arms be nice and long, press into the floor. Try and circle the other way if you've gotten a circle going. If you're having a hard time finding this, go back to those lift and lowers, those little scapular glides. Good, just two more. Last one, good job. Let's walk those hands out even further. So hands all the way forward, like a good foot forward from where you just were. All right, shoulders stretch it like a puppy pose. We're gonna let our hips sink down, chest sink, reach with the fingers. We're lengthening, opening up the armpits, come back forward. We'll do that two more times, just moving through, and then we'll hold it for a moment. Sink the chest, let the tail reach up, nice flat back. Good, and back up one more time. You're gonna keep your neck and spine neutral like Liz is when she goes back. So you can see she's bringing her forehead down towards the mat. That's what I want you to look like. Bring that forehead right down, sink and hold it. Hold and breathe. Let the armpits open and the back of the upper back get some length. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Come all the way forward. We're going to lay down onto our stomach. All the way down. All right. We are going to take our right arm and we're going to thread our right arm underneath us. So we're going to go palm up behind us. Yep. And we're going to take our left arm and cross it in front so our forearm is down on our mat. So from here, you're going to make sure that your right shoulder is down on the mat and you're going to hold. You're going to continue to let that left shoulder close forward. You can see Liz is supporting the weight of her head on her hand. Yep, if you're feeling like you're far away from the floor like I am, you can make a fist and let your forehead rest down. Good. For you, this may feel like some stretch along the back of the shoulder, across the back of the shoulder blade here. Nice deep breaths. Try to release the jaw. Let that right arm that's crossed under be nice and heavy. Good, one more breath. Coming all the way up, we're gonna change sides. Untuck that right arm. You can give it a couple little circles if it needs it. Let's take the left arm, same thing. We'll thread it underneath, palm up. Shoulders are starting to square. Right arm, forearm down on the mat. We're actively bringing the left shoulder down to our mat and trying to spin our right shoulder also down. Being careful that we're not bringing our left shoulder way up to our ear. Keep that shoulder pulling down the back. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and slow. Let it be meditative breathing as we live in these deep stretches. Good, one more breath, inhale and exhale, good, coming all the way out. Let's take our arms to a T on our mat. So we're gonna just slide our straps a little forward so they're out of the way. So we're gonna take arms to a T, and we're gonna take our right hand and make our fingertips like a tent on the floor. Okay. Left arm is extended long on our mat, and we're gonna rotate towards the front. So press into those fingertips, rotate forward. So now we're doing an opposite stretch to what we were just doing. We should be feeling a stretch across the front of that left shoulder, the front of the chest, really pushing, finding some leverage out of the floor. We're rotating as if we're trying to bring our chest to the ceiling or to the front of the room. Good. Lift a little higher, rotate a little further. And come out of the stretch. Good job. We've got one more arm position. We're gonna take a goalpost arm on the left. So left arm is going to bend 90 degrees. It is like this on the floor, okay? So left arm is in a goalpost. Right arm is the same thing. Here we go. Lift and twist. Now we may feel this stretch a little bit more under the armpit, a little bit more on that inside line of the upper arm and the chest. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little higher, rotate a little deeper. Good, all the way out. Good job, let's change sides. So left fingertips a tent, right arm extends. We're gonna rotate towards the back. Here we go. Press, lift, and rotate. Let that right arm be nice and long. Good, keep going with this stretch. Really reach with the right fingertips. Press, lift, and rotate. Breathe. One more big breath. Here we go. Inhale. And exhale, release. Come back to center. We're gonna goal post our right arm. Right arm's at a 90-degree bend. Here we go, same thing. Inhale, press and lift. A little bit of a different stretch. Let's try to make sure our right elbow is right outside our shoulder. So lift that elbow up just a little bit more. There you go. Good. 90-degree bend in the right arm, 90 degrees from the body. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little higher, rotate out of that right shoulder. Good, come back to center. Good job. We're gonna go into our triceps. So we're gonna extend our arms overhead just for a moment. Flip those palms to the ceiling, and we're gonna bring our fingertips and our palms to the tops of our shoulders on our back. All right, so we're reaching our arms as far as we can. Liz is gonna take her head right down to the mat and let her head rest. If you're having trouble breathing or anything, you can put a little pillow under your head if you're far away. All right, so from here, I want you to reach your fingertips as far down your back as you can and start to press your armpits down towards the floor. Press your elbows and your armpits down into the mat. Really press. It's opening up the backs of the arms, feeling that stretch along the triceps here. Good. Holding and breathing. Keeping that head down, 2 more breaths. Inhale, sink a little more. Sink those armpits down, press the elbows down, thinking of width through the back. 1 more breath. Inhale, And exhale, press. Good. Extend those arms, relax, let that go. We're gonna bring our hands right under our shoulders. We're gonna press up into a little cobra. So here we go. Inhale, press with the hands, lift up, inhale, reach. It's a passive stretch, so only go as far as it feels good on your low back. All right, we're gonna snake through the body. So let's drop the chin down, round the upper back, lift through the belly, lift, lift, lift. Good. We're gonna sit the hips back to a child's pose. So for you, you may have to slide those hands back a little bit. So you're in a full child's pose. We're gonna cycle through the spine. So lift from our low back first, from our tail, lift and round the upper back, and round forward. Let the hips drop into your snake. Lift the head. We're in cobra. Reverse it, drop the head down, round and roll a little quicker. Reach the hips back. Cycle through, round the spine, extend the spine, let the hips drop, lift the chin, really look up to the ceiling. Good, round it back. Roll forward. Let those hips drop, lift the chin. Good, one more, round it back. We'll sit in our child's pose for a moment. We're gonna sit and hold here. If that cobra felt really good, you can rest in your cobra for a moment and just take in that big back extension. One more big breath. Inhale it in and exhale. Good. Shift your weight back onto hands and knees. All right, we're gonna sit on our bottom and come into our 90-90 exercise with some variations today. So sit at the back of your mat. We're gonna go 90 degrees with the legs. So my right shin is at 90 degrees. My left leg is turned under at 90. Let's take our hands right behind us, and we're gonna square our shoulders up to the front as much as we can. So from here, my weight is back on my hands. I'm just gonna switch. So just let the legs switch. Try to bring that knee down and switch the other way. So this is where a lot of the work is for me, is this internal rotation. For you, it may be somewhere different, but work where you are, trying to get the knee down towards the floor. Good. Mobility in the hips. Keep the chest lifted, sit up tall. All right, we're gonna progress a little. So we're gonna go to the left so that the left shin is down. We're gonna take the hands forward. So the hands forward of that left shin, and let's just lean a little forward. Keep your back as flat as you can, chest a little more lifted, and lean forward. Good. Feeling the stretch maybe on the outside of the left hip, underneath on the glute. Let's add a little rotation in. So let's do tented fingers. So we're on our fingertips. We're gonna rotate our right shoulder down so we're facing the back. Here we go. We're gonna rotate and back to center. A couple more times. We drop the right shoulder, rotate, and center. Good. Two more. Rotate and center. Good. Last one. Let's hold this rotation. Hold it here. Good. Feeling that nice big stretch. You can come off the tent fingers if the hands are getting fatigued. Good. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Rotate the shoulders just to square. So we're nice and square, more square to our thigh than we are to our lower leg. So it's more like our knee is at the middle of the chest than it is our shin right now, okay? So we're gonna focus on our back leg a little bit. So I want you to try and lift your foot off the mat and then lower it down. Good. Lift it as high as you can and lower. So we're working this internal rotation of the right leg, going from external to internal and release. Good. We're building some strength and mobility. You may feel some work in the back of the hip. That's okay. Let's hold it up for a moment. Just hold it. Good. Let that go. Let it relax. We're going to take our left hand, move it out a little bit, put more of our weight into our left hand. Again, lift that right leg up. We're going to reach back. If you can reach your leg, I want you to go ahead and grab onto it. If you can't, go back to that same exercise we were just doing. We're gonna get into our hip flexor. So we're leaning to our left, into that left hand. Pull your heel towards your bottom and keep that right knee pulling back. We're looking to feel a stretch along the inside of the hip, along the front of the thigh. Keep letting that right shoulder roll open. For 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Good job. We're going to just flip right to the other side. So let those hips spin. All right, so square the fingertips in front of us. We're on the tips of the fingers, tented hands. Lean forward so the chest is coming towards the thigh. Keep it lifted though. Here we go. We're going to go into our shoulder rotations. Let that right or left shoulder drop down. Here we go. Drop for a rotation and back up. Again, we drop and rotate and up. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. We exhale. Inhale. Last one. We're going to hold it here. Good. Hold that rotated stretch. You're keeping the shoulders spinning forward, keeping as much contact of the legs onto our mat as possible. Every exhale, we try and deepen that twist a little. Good. 1 more breath. Exhale, come out of that stretch. Good. Leaning a little bit more forward. So we're still forward, leaning over that leg. So we still feel that stretch under the right hip. We're going to lift our left leg. Here we go. We lift and lower. We're keeping the knee connected to the mat, lifting for some internal rotation of the hip. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Here we go. We're going to hold it up, lift it and hold it. So that is a mobility exercise. We're working on getting some of those kinks out of the hip and finding those little muscle imbalances. This is where we strengthen for 3, 2, 1, and let that go. Good job. We're going to shift our weight back onto this right hand. Weight shifts back. We're reaching for that leg. You can lift it up and give it a good pull in. We're pulling the heel towards our bottom and pushing the hips forward. I'm driving my hips forward. You may still feel a stretch through that right leg, through the right hip. That is okay. Take some nice breaths. Keep that chest open. Head is lifted. Try not to drop the head down. Good. 2 more breaths here. Last one, let the left shoulder open a little more. Here we go. Inhale and exhale it out. Good job. All right. We're going to take our legs forward. So both legs are going to stretch out in front of you. We're going to take another twisted stretch. So let's take our left leg. We're going to cross it over. And we're going to take our right arm, reach around and hug that knee. Sit up really tall. We're going to look over our left shoulder. Really let your chin spin as far as you can and sit up as tall as you can. Good. Keep breathing. Pull that knee in a little closer. Keep that left shoulder spinning open. 1 more inhale. And exhale, come out of the stretch. Good. So for our next part of this stretch, if you have decent hip mobility, if you feel like you're fairly mobile and you can cross this leg under, you're going to try and stack your knees over top of one another and keep them close. Liz is going to show a variation where you take this right leg and it's just going to be in front of you. So legs are stacked like this, right? So we're not cross-legged where we're on our feet. Slide those feet so they're a little more free, okay? So that's one version. The other version is going to be this cross-legged version. Okay, so we're not going to twist. We're just going to sit tall and we're going to lean a little forward. Sitting tall may be enough of a stretch in the hips where you don't even have to lean. So choose which one works for you, just to access even more stretch along the outside of the hip. Nice deep breaths, keeping the back nice and flat, neck is long. Good, coming all the way out of that stretch. Awesome job. Let's do the other side. Extend those legs out. We're going to cross the right leg over this time and take that left arm, hug the knee, and we'll look over that right shoulder. Sit nice and tall. Plant your whole right foot down on the mat if you can. Good. Keep that twist. As you're sitting in your twist, every inhale you lift taller. every exhale, you rotate a little bit further. Good. Almost there. And coming out of that stretch. Good. We're going to go into our cross-legged stretch. So again, either we're here with stacked knees, sitting tall, or you're going to take that right leg just right in front of the left. Okay? So choosing that variation that works for you. Sitting tall. Our chest is centered on our knees if you're crossed like I am, or your chest is over the center of more where your ankles and shins are if you're sitting like Liz. And we're going to take a little lean forward to increase the stretch in the hips. Two more big breaths. And exhale. One more. Inhale in. And exhale. Good. Come all the way up. Awesome job. We're going to come to lay down on our backs, and we're going to bring our straps with us. So go ahead and grab those straps all the way down. All right. We're going to take our right leg in the strap. So we're going to take the strap against the knee and across the outside of the foot. So if you can see, that strap is right behind my shin and on the outside of my foot. We're going to try and bring both ends of the strap in our right hand. Right leg, both straps in the right hand. We're going to take our left hand, hold on to that strap, and we're going to try and pull our foot towards us and keep the knee pushing away. So you can even use your right arm to push the knee as you pull on the foot. Good. Now I want you to take the bottom of your foot and you're going to push it towards the screen or towards the left. Good. Take some breaths. Again, we're doing an external rotation, hip stretch. Feeling stretch across the outside of that right hip for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back to center. Let's grab the straps in both hands. We're going to just extend that right leg to the ceiling. Hamstring stretch. Good. So I want you to work wherever you can get that leg straight. So for you, it may be out here, or it may be much closer to you than I am. So find a place wherever you can get that leg straight and you can feel a stretch along the back of the upper leg. Just hold and breathe. Good. Letting the muscles relax. This static stretching practice that we're doing today is great post-workout. So static stretch is really helpful and really most useful after a nice hard workout. Great for after a run or one of our HIIT workouts. Good, and release that leg. Let's move into the other side. So we're gonna take our left leg, same thing. We're gonna bring that strap under the foot and across the back of our shin. So you can see here where this purple strap is across my leg and behind the knee. Both ends of the strap are gonna go in my left hand, and I'll reach with my right, grab onto that strap, sitting with a nice long spine laying on the mat. I'm pushing my left knee away and pulling my foot in towards me, as if I'm gonna bring my shin to parallel. Good, now push that foot towards the back of the room. Push that foot towards the right. Good. And coming back to center. Good job. Let's extend that leg straight to the ceiling into our hamstring stretch. Pulling down on that strap. Nice and straight with that leg. You can flex the foot on the left. We'll activate the calf maybe a little bit more for you. You can always stay here longer or revisit this strap, this stretch with your strap. One more big breath. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job. Let's come out of this stretch. We'll set our strap aside for a moment. We're going to take arms to a T, and let's pull the right knee into the chest again. Arms are out, palms down. Left hand's going to hold onto the knee. Let's pull it straight across the body. We're going to go into a spinal twist. So I'm looking to bring my knee towards the floor. Keep your right shoulder pressed down, and you're going to turn your head towards the right. I'm going to look to you. Keeping in that good deep stretch. Every exhale, you're thinking of it going even heavier, even deeper. Opposing stretch from the right fingertips to the left knee. One more big breath. Inhale. And exhale back through center. We're going to switch to the other side. So we'll bring that left knee into the chest and pull the leg across. Left arm is extended to the side, looking to the left. Nice deep stretch, big deep twist. Relaxing the mouth and the face. And coming back to center. We're going to take the legs into a butterfly position. So we're going to take bottoms of the feet together. We did a lot of internal and external rotation of the hips. So we're going to end with a little bit more external rotation, just a passive external rotation. So we're just letting gravity do the work. You can bring your hands to the inner thighs, to the tops of the legs, and apply just a little more weight out. And just breathe here for a moment. If you have your hands on your thighs, try and relax the arms. Being careful that the back is not arched at all. The core is still a little engaged. And the muscles of the arms and legs are released. If this feels too extreme for your inner thighs, you can bring some pillows or blocks underneath your thighs to make sure that they have a little more support from underneath. One more breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. Take the hands to the backs of the legs, to underneath the legs. And we're going to just help bring those legs back closed. Good. All right, we're going to extend our legs out. Last thing with our strap, similar to how we started. Go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to bring the strap right behind the head. So that strap is back to your hairline and maybe a little bit above. So you're right at the base of the skull. Bring your hands a little in front of you and just lift your head off of the floor, but let your head be heavy. As you hold the weight of your head, try and pull your head up and let your chin drop down. Just a little gentle traction. You can go back to that side-to-side rotation if you'd like, but I'm just going to hold. One more breath. Try to relax the head and neck and use the weight and the work from the arms. Inhale and exhale. Set the head down gently. Let the neck still be nice and long so that the chin is slightly tucked down. And we're going to release our strap. Bring our arms down by our sides with palms up. Feet are relaxed. This is your final position. Your Shavasana, as they call it in yoga. Your last moment of rest. I'm going to let you stay here in your Shavasana. You can finish your practice today by holding this position, breathing with eyes closed for as long as you'd like. Let this be your last mindful moment. Reflect on your stretch. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, we are all stronger together.